Hi everyone, happy Christmas 2023. Peter Grady here with our short Christmas version. We're just here to support you in case you have any questions about things that your body might be throwing at you or little problems you might be experiencing during the holidays.
With the stresses of Christmas and New Year, holidays, yeah.
And also, I have a very uplifting story for you, but it's kind of two sides to the coin. So one side's uplifting, the other side is maybe a little bit scary. So it's a story about the eagle, and eagles can live for 70 years, but around about age 40, something starts to happen to the eagle where it has to make a very, very difficult choice, because at age 40, the beak, like its beak, is starting to curl over, so it can't catch its prey easily anymore. It can't do the jobs anymore that it used to do. The talons or the claws are also too long. It's like the nails need cutting.
They can't grab their prey
easily. So life becomes very difficult for the eagle at age 40. And also the wings are too thick, like they have too many feathers, and they really need to start picking out the feathers, which they do normally, but it's like the beak can't pick out the feathers anymore. So around about age 40, sorry, the eagle has to make a difficult decision to either die, and some eagles do die, or it has to take itself out of society, away from its normal circumstances, fly up into the mountains, find like a rock wall for protection, and then for the next 5 months it has to regrow its body. He or she, they both do it. I really like this story because we have big eagles in Tasmania. The Tasmanian eagles are some of the biggest in the world. They're very majestic and they always inspire me, and we have eagles that fly over our property like most people in Tasmania do. So as it's hiding, it starts chipping away at its beak, and it sounds like that it almost has to chip the whole beak away or break it away, then it starts to regrow a new one slowly.
It hits its beak against the wall all the time, to break the beak off so it can grow a new one.
So you can only just imagine how difficult that must be, right? And that is kind of synonymous for us when we have problems, or we need to change something in our life, to not avoid our problems or our issues in our tissues, but to take them head on, all right? And so then once the beak actually does, so there has to be a process of trust too, because it has to crack off its old beak and then it needs to regrow a new one. So there has to be a lot of trust in the process. And then when it has a new one, it starts to pack away at its feathers. So it starts to pull a lot of the old feathers out and lighten the load so that it can fly.
And the same with its claws.
Yeah.
It'll have to pull those off with its new beak and grow new ones. So
I know, so it's pretty fascinating. So nature offers us some really, really good examples of how rejuvenation works, or the renewal process. Because if you're listening to me, like I'm 61, so my body has already renewed itself. Like 61 years, apparently scientists now know that every year you have a completely new body. But of course, parts of our body are renewed all the time, like your eyeballs are new every 48 hours, and your liver is new every 6 weeks, and so on. But so our body is a master renewal, right? But Pete and I actually...
We don't have to go, if we hit the wall, we don't have to go towards the wall and really break our body down for it to grow a new one. It's doing that all the time, continually.
Yeah. Except, I guess, the message we have is that sometimes, and we've seen this in the year 2023, where a lot more people have hit the wall. So they have had a big crisis. They've had a big health scare or a mental health scare, a really, really big crisis. And we've helped people overcome that hurdle. So like Peter said, so you don't have to break off your beak or regrow your claws or anything like that. We help you through the process of hitting your root cause, basically, and not just push symptoms around.
Yeah, accepting it as a challenge rather than defeat.
Yeah, seeing it as a chance to regenerate your life. Also, I want to mention this, by the way, regardless of the strange times that we live in, where lots of people are experiencing difficulty and hardship, it's a phenomenon anyway that women around age 40, they often do have a big wake-up call of some sort, like, and then it gets classified or pushed under the carpet as like menopause or perimenopause. But I want you to know that's not true, and for men it's often called a midlife crisis, right? But it's actually the same thing. It just means that you're carrying too much weight from your old memories. You have to release some of your memories. Change your thinking, change your mindset. Your body wants you to come back better, not worse. And a lot of people get lost in the forest because there isn't good support. Even hormonally speaking, for women, we need to look at the root causes. What's creating this stress and change in your life, and how can we turn it around that you can come back, a new version of yourself and much more resilient.
Plus, the eagle has got the instinct to go and do that, whereas we've been taught things, different things that have been, not so good for us. Well, health-wise, we've been told fats are bad for us, and salt's bad for us, and all that sort of thing. Whereas we need minerals and trace minerals, which is salt, and we need saturated fats. We start our life on large amounts of saturated fats if we're lucky enough to be breastfed. Yeah. And we've been told they're bad for us, and we've cut those out. And we need the education, which Grada and I are here to help you get the facts straight, rather than try to renew your body with the same things that causes a breakdown. You can't do that.
No, that's true, right? So it's always really important to have a really good hard look at why your body is breaking down. I was going to get to the body side. So Peter, when we team up, Peter often, he specializes in your cell health, like everyone's cell health, because we're only as happy and healthy as each individual cell in your body is, right? So he really focuses on the smallest particle of your body, because of course in each cell energy is made or not made. If your cells are not making energy, you can't get out of bed. So that's what Pete specializes in. Yeah. And then we always team up and we make a really good all-round team. So I specialize in, well, why does women's health often break down at age 40? Actually now, these days, I see it's more around 35 already that girls start to break down. They hit a big health crisis or a mental health crisis or a breakdown in their relationships, but often a big health crisis. And I know from experience, from seeing like 20,000 people over the last 25 years, that it's often to do with childhood trauma. More often than not, 95% of the time, it's to do with your childhood traumas that have happened, that you've been able to push down for maybe 40 years. And now your body runs out of energy, literally can't push those memories down. And this brings me back to Christmas, by the way, because often people are forced, to celebrate with family and friends, people that we grew up with, and our childhood memories are reactivated. They're like unwanted triggers that we don't want. And then we're forced to feel happy and be jolly, and it's just like you're forcing your body to lie to yourself. So actually Christmas is a crucial time that people often feel worse, because you're not validating the feelings that are coming up. Because like if you suddenly feel real grumpy on Christmas Day, but you don't know why, and then you start beating yourself up, but it's actually childhood memories that are being triggered. Regardless of Christmas or not, this happens to lots of women who are over 40, and if that's you, I'm just here to tell you that I can help you very easily. So my sessions are very enjoyable, by the way, and because you have
and enlightening.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Pete. So because we consist of 4 different planes, like the physical plane that Peter specializes in mostly, the mental, emotional, and spiritual plane, all those our old memories get glued into us, basically. They're imprinted in us, they're imprinted in our neurology, and we literally can't shake them off. You can't just go, oh, forget about the past. You might tell yourself, I've forgotten or I've forgiven and all that, but it's not true. The body has a different story. There's a famous author, and he actually said the body keeps the score, right? So when I work with clients, I can, and together we do this together, by the way, so you get a lot of enlightenment, but also I get rid of all those imprints from your energetic field and from your nervous system. And after one session, you already feel like the eagle who's got a new beak, new claws, and, and new wings.
Especially new wings, because you feel a lot lighter. There's
that's right.
A lot more energy under your wings.
That's the happy news. So anyway, you know where to find me. This is not really a marketing session. I'm just telling you that if you feel a lot of pain during the holiday seasons, it's a difficult time for a lot of people. Please reach out in the new year and book in for help and allow yourself to be vulnerable like the eagle. Actually, there's the lobster. Sorry, so I love looking at nature, by the way. A lobster can also live for 70 years. So they're kind of equivalent to human time span. And the lobster has to, it feels it's what you call it, krast, I guess you call it, or what do you call it, shell.
Yeah. Armor.
Yeah. Armor. It's armored against life. Yeah. So as a little lobster, it has to crack its shell. It has to
shed that shell.
A lot. And then it has to hide and scurry under a rock, because it's all soft and vulnerable, and it's very dangerous to be like that. And so then it has to grow a new shell as quick as possible. But even as an old lobster that might be 40 years old, it still has to renew its shell, and it's also very painful. So it starts to fill up its shell, and then cracks develop, and then it has to hide under a rock. So the same as the eagle, this also means this life happens to all of us like this too. The old version doesn't serve us anymore, and we are already growing a new version. Nature or your higher self does that for you, and it's important actually that you find a peaceful, safe place for you to do that, and stop rushing as well. Like that's really what Peter wanted to say earlier. Stop rushing around and take time to
give it time as well.
Take really, really good care of yourself. So Pete, what do you want to say how your body renews itself? What do you offer for support as well?
Quite often the body wouldn't be getting appropriate nutrients to renew itself in a good way. So
easily and effortlessly.
Yeah, well, and then we have little health problems occurring, and we can't get rid of those health problems or expect better health giving our bodies the same things or the lack of the things that has developed those problems. So I do testing of the body so I can see where your cells are not working properly and just recommend things to bring them back into balance. And so, because we are made of trillions of cells, and if those cells work properly, then we work properly as a whole. So getting those cells to make energy properly is crucial to good health.
The cells, they form organs, right? And your organs have a plan for your life already. We don't even know, but it's all very well planned out. And then they turn into systems, don't they? And then sometimes the systems, like if your digestive system, we all know that stress and toxic food is bad for your digestive system. And then so the opposite filters down as well, and that affects your cells. So Pete is being very modest actually now. So Pete does the full health order. We call it a full health order, the same way that an auditor comes in and checks your business. Well, Peter does that to your body, and he checks out all your systems, right? And he does that with you in the room, and it's very non-invasive.
Plus I'll let you know, educate you how your body works, and we're not told that when we grow up.
So it's also very enlightening. You learn lots of stuff that you absolutely don't know anything about, because nobody knows this science, because this is the science that falls between the cracks that Pete and I have picked up over many, many years of working, chipping away at the coal face. So aside from all the sessions that Pete and I do, we also support people with this package. It's called the Ultimate Fertility Boost. Sorry that it's mirror image, I think. Yeah, it's called the Ultimate Fertility Boost. It contains 4 products that really help you to restore your cells and rejuvenate your body. And it's really good if you supplement with that every single day. So it contains 4 pillars, like the 4 legs of a chair. So if one leg isn't working, you topple off, right? And so it contains beet flow, which supports your liver and gallbladder, your bile flow, immunosymbiotic, which boosts your immune system, like your microbiome, your tummy, a trace mineral to fire up your cells, and what else? Oh,
the enzymes to help digest.
A complete enzyme.
Yeah.
So enzymes are absolutely crucial. Honestly, without enzymes, you can't fly. Basically, you could say that as well, couldn't you? Because enzymes help you digest every part, all your food, and also they break down the rubbish in between the cells.
And the digestive system is the central pillar
for sure,
to all the other systems in your body, really. So
you could call it the main body.
Yeah.
Anyway, so check that out as well, because that will help you on your journey of rejuvenation, which is what life is all about. So the fact is that life is always changing for us, isn't it? But we don't like change. Most people don't like change. Most humans are creatures of habit. Sometimes change is just forced upon us. We see that a lot with women around 40. And some women, their life never picks up anymore, which is a terrible shame. And Pete and I want you to know, you don't have to be like that, right? The same with men, probably with men a little bit older, around 45. They need a lot of support. We all constantly can bring out a better version of ourselves, so that you come back more resilient, have a lot more inner peace, and just feeling great in your body, because that's really what it's all about.
Getting to understand yourself.
Yeah, and appreciate yourself and validate yourself, and just so that you can enjoy your life as well, like all year round. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in, and wishing you a really lovely Boxing Day. Just relax as much as you can, and then
the new year.
We'll see you in the new year.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye-bye.